So I reluctantly went to go see Alita the other day because my mate wanted to go see it. I had no interest. It looks boring to me. I don't know what Alita is. I know nothing about it. But I went to go see it, and you know what? Nah, it wasn't any good. People just accept the shittest stuff these days. I have a big old rant coming up, so let's go. So, as I sat there during the end credits, I was like, what? What exactly happened? I don't know. I don't know what this movie was about. If I had to come up with a general premise, a play-by-play, what happened in this movie, I could not tell you. This movie made me feel like an old man because there was just stuff that did not connect with me. I wasn't all there for it, you know? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it was just me and my friend because my friend felt the same way. Maybe we're just dumbasses. Haha, fuck you, Kirk. If you watch... Sorry, Kirk. I love you. So, Alita, Battle Angel, the epic movie, brings up so many sci-fi elements to the world that it's trying to build and then drops them at every fucking second that it can to come up with another aspect of the sci-fi world because, I don't know, maybe it doesn't think it's going to keep your interest if it focuses on one thing for too long. Because it just keeps changing the fucking game here and there, willy-nilly. We spend some time here, we spend some time there, and I don't know, I can't keep up. And the movie just keeps shoving these things into your face like, look, I'm creative, I'm innovative, look at these things that I have invented for this movie. And look, some of it is actually pretty cool, and I like some things about this movie, but everything that's in it, every cool thing, is just this source of wasted potential because they don't utilize any of it. Like, there's this really cool theme in the movie where they introduce this idea of these thugs who steal body parts because the cyborg's body parts, they're like expensive, they're worth something. So there are literally people who like pull these people apart, and it's kind of this horrific thing, and it's like this interesting aspect to this world that I was behind. That's a really cool premise, but that's not the premise of Alita. It just can't make up its mind on what story it's trying to tell and can't focus on one aspect. Is this movie about a fucked up sci-fi government set in this dystopia where people steal cyborgs' body parts? Or is it about motorball? Okay, let's be honest. I think it's more about motorball, a fictional sport that this movie made up for its universe, which at first just seemed like a fun thing for the world, a fun thing for the main character to have an interest in, but then it turns into the fucking central focus. This is the plot of the movie. And, like, just full-on spoilers here, whatever. The end of the movie hinges on motorball. And it's like, what? Is that really that relevant to everything else that's going on in this movie? There's like evil dudes doing shit and stuff in this movie, but you want me to focus on this fucking sport? Why? And it just felt kind of weird, right? Is that just me? Maybe. And then there's these villains, right? I think they're the main villains. I'm sort of confused about that too, to be honest. And they're the ones that are behind the stealing the body part thing, but they also manage a motorball team. Why? Aren't they making enough money doing the other thing? I don't understand. Look though, for all my problems though, she sure did kick the shit out of some dudes. Like there's that one part where she kicks beer bottles into two guys' heads at once. And I'm like, whoa, that's cool. This is the most mature review I've ever done right now. I say that right now. Like, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like I understand this movie very well. Okay, so another thing that I want to complain about when it comes to this movie is the love interest guy, okay? Because he's the most boring fucking character in a movie that I've ever seen. He's like this guy who he doesn't really have any personality beyond just like, I'm a real tough guy. I like hardcore cool things like motorball. I'm gonna do some stuff and be real cool. But he doesn't really do anything else other than just having a slight interest in motorball and wear like leather jackets and this really shitty rag thing on his head, and he looks dumb. And it just doesn't work, and I don't buy into this character being this cool guy. And then you find out that he's evil, and he's the one that's stealing body parts and everything. Again, best part of the movie, this body part stealing thing. It's just not utilized at all though. And then Alita finds out a bit later in the movie and she's not happy about it and whatever. It's a super personal betrayal to her for some reason, I guess because she's a cyborg. But everybody's a fucking cyborg in this movie. I don't know why it's so personal to her other than him just being a bad guy. Maybe that's what was personal about it. I'm not really sure. So then he gets killed because he's a bad guy. Fair enough, right? He literally tore people apart. There's a scene of him crying, saying how bad he feels for doing that. Cool, so he probably deserves it, right? But then they bring him back. Okay, sure. He was a love interest and he's trying to be better now. He was quitting. That was his last job and everything. I get it. He's a good guy now. Cool. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. But then, like 15 minutes later, they kill the fucking guy again. Why did the writers bring him back just to kill him again later? It doesn't make any sense. And that's what this movie is just all about. These weird decisions and things that just don't make sense. And then, the main villain of the movie for some reason is Edward Norton. And he's not really a character other than just being Edward Norton. And it feels like the really big twist that the movie hinges on, and the big reveal for the big bad guy is that it's Edward Norton. And that's it. That's... wow. Like, that's more of a, like, real-life twist than a movie twist, because it wasn't part of the movie. It was exciting, I guess, because we know who Edward Norton is. What is this movie? Alright, who cares? Whatever. This movie was dumb as hell, but I actually did have fun watching it because it did have, like, really cool action scenes and stuff. Maybe that's all it was aiming for, just to be fun. It wasn't trying to be smart or whatever. But, I mean, I was just like, why did it make these sorts of decisions, though? Because with the cast that it had, you know, with Christoph Waltz, like, I feel like this could have been better. Maybe not something, like, super, super, super great, but better. Or maybe I'm just an idiot, and this movie was really smart. Probably not that option. Alright, so yeah, if you like my stupid, incoherent rant, click the buttons and do the things. I'm outie.